My name is Brian Stone, and I serve as the Artistic Director for Cantabile. Our next concerts happen on February 16th and 18th, and are entitled Something Known and Something New. They are a part of our larger season, which is entitled Joyful Past and Hopeful Future. This concert's theme really fits into the overarching theme of our season in that it allows us to think about and perform again some of those pieces that are really important to Cantabile's past that we've performed really beautifully and have really emotional memories of, as well as mixing in pieces that look forward, pieces that are not pieces that we've performed before, things that are new and things that make us excited and hopeful for the future. In programming concerts, I often push myself to find new things, to do things that I haven't performed myself before, be it as a singer or as a conductor. My programming ethos is to ask myself a single question as I start programming, which is, why are we making music this time? And I prefer to start there instead of what repertoire will we sing. How do we welcome composers that we haven't heard before? Be they alive and currently composing, or be they people from our past who weren't celebrated but maybe ought to have. Now is the time to rediscover those composers and revel in their musicality and in their expression and in their importance today. It's important to me that when we perform pieces and composers that have been heard often and that are loved dearly, that we hear them maybe in a different context, or we hear them not just because we love them, but because they share a common purpose with each other, or because they can lead us down avenues of thinking or emotion that we hadn't necessarily thought of before. I think it gives us an opportunity to ask the question of why these more familiar pieces are so important to us. Why do they pull at us in emotional ways? Why do we continue to want to come back to them and re-experience them? This concert will really ask our audience to be thoughtful, to think about the pairings of pieces and how they might be similar and how they might be different. This concert isn't necessarily just about sitting and allowing the music to wash over you, and it's more about being active, being a part of the performance, bringing your own experience to the performance, be it of these familiar pieces, and comparing that to the less familiar pieces. I think particularly about James Mulholland's A Red, Red Rose. It's a love song that sets Robert Burns' famous poetry, A Red, Red Rose. And that piece is paired with a piece that we've never sung before that is actually still fairly new in the world. It is a choral arrangement by George Chung of a piece by the artist Sleeping at Last. The piece is called North, and the text is similarly about love and about belonging and about togetherness. It's about home. It's about finding a place that you can call home, that is warm and inviting and filling. And those two pieces represent very similar feelings and emotions for Cantabile.